Hello and welcome to another episode of Cyrils Brettspiele. Today, table talk live from two continents this time. My guest this time, as always, is the beautiful Kathleen.
Hello, hello, hello. It's been so long. This is so fun. It seems like it was just yesterday. And the kids ask about you. My students ask all the time, when are you coming back? And I'm not making that up because I wouldn't tell you something, fake like that just to make you feel good. They really would love for you to come back.
Honestly, I would love to come back as well, even now better than tomorrow. But there's a tiny little ocean between us. So,
Yeah, quibbles.
and I looked into the flights actually a couple of days ago just because
Yeah.
I'm flying to Buffalo next month.
Mm.
And my wife and my little girl wanted to come to St. Louis, and then we wanted to, but flights are super, super, super expensive right now. Toronto is okay-ish, but
Yeah.
St. Louis is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was looking at possibly coming over for the UK Game Expo, and if I do that in early June, then I'll probably end up seeing my sister in Berlin,
Oh,
and we might need to get gas for the car in Bremen. I'm not sure, maybe. So there could be a possibility I might be in Bremen in June.
Bremen is a very, very beautiful city. World Heritage marketplace, I guess. So it's breathtakingly old buildings from 1500 something still standing there. Streets are so narrow that we both cannot go through it. Anyway, yeah, do it. Let's do it. Why not?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, but we are talking today about a different topic. Hey, what that? Let's take a look. What is this? Deja
Look,
vu.
it keeps coming back. Get it? Deja vu.
Okay. Is that my box or your box? That looks fast. Cool. Okay. Yeah, we are talking today about Deja Vu from Amigo Games. By the way, Amigo Games opened a branch of Amigo USA this spring, as far as I know, in January, I guess. So all these games are available in the United States now or soon. I'm not 100% sure. And Deja Vu is one of their 8+ games, so it's for kids 8+. And it's a kind of a memory version, right?
Yes. So there's a game quite popular here. You see it a lot of just regular stores too, called Spot It. And it's a memory game. You flip over cards, you see symbols, and then you basically do things when you see symbols again, or you're looking for a symbol or something like that. And you're looking for matching symbols on sequential cards. And it's basically a speed and processing game. And my darling boyfriend Mark, it is probably one of his least favorite games of all time. Spot It's not necessarily, memory plus speed. It just my students really like it. They enjoy it, but it gets so simple. The rules are just, a sentence or two. But what we like about Deja Vu as adults is it's basically similar to Spot It in terms of like, you're having to remember pictures, but there's different layers as the game plays out in rounds that makes it a lot more interesting, even for adults. And honestly, kids younger than 8 can play this. I think the youngest we've played this with is kids who are 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. You didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't need to play this, 8 years old. That's too old. So you could definitely play this game with kids who are much younger than 8.
So just because you said some clue words. So first of all, I tried it with Judy. Judy is right now 5.5. So, but that's, I would say, on the edge. So you are right. 8 is a little bit above, but you should be at least 6, in my opinion.
Okay. We will split the difference at 6.
Anyway, you said another very interesting game, Spot It, and a story probably you have never heard about Spot It from me. Do you know that I once during Christmas season was standing in a department store like Macy's on a Saturday and demoed Spotted. We call that double here in Germany, for 8 hours in a row and try to sell the game to elderly people. I'm pretty sure I had roughly 300 copies, and I was sold out in 2.5 hours.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, and I think for, developing, remembering, retaining memory skills, like there's absolutely a market for it. For myself, I don't want to play it more than 5 minutes, but for for kids, for the elderly, I mean, and it's fine. I think alcohol tends to make games like that a little bit more fun, if I'm going to be honest.
I have to admit, after this 8 hours of demoing Spotted, I was there, booked for 4 different games. However, the company shipped only 1 game, Spotted. It was supposed to be 4, but it was just 1. And I demoed Spotted 8 hours in a row in a department store. And after that, we went to a pizzeria with friends, and I took out my Spotted and played it with friends for another 2 hours, just for fun. Because before I hated the game. I thought, wow, that's stupid, that's bullshit, that's not a game, that's just spending your time. But I loved it, playing it 8 hours, and since then, Spotted or Double is one of my favorite fast playing. You can teach that in 15 seconds. What other game can you teach in 15 seconds?
I don't know, but okay. I mean, and the only reason, no, like it's a very specific thing that you do in Spotted. And if you don't enjoy it, then it's going to be hard to see how you could make it enjoyable or keep enjoying it. But
yeah, that's true.
So what I like about Deja Vu is it does. every time we say it, we have to like each hold up our own boxes. And I had to order mine from Germany because Amigo Spiele is not here yet. And so I actually learned this from Christopher. I forget his last name, but he is on the jury of the Kinderspiel des Jahres. And so I met him at BGG Spring, and also when I've run into him at Gen Con, he remembered me. He knows I teach kids. And so we've always had a ton of fun together playing various games that are, Kinderspiel des Jahres nominees. He was the one who convinced me to buy my first Stone Age. He and I agree on was it Spinderella, the one with the spiders that drop down? So anyway, so he's always introduced me to some really great games, and this one he taught me at Gen Con, and I was like, this is great, and so I bought this, and it's been a ton of fun. I've not even shown this to my students yet, but I've taken this. Well, I will. But the funny thing is that's because Mark's had it in his tub of games he keeps in his car for various meetups, because we've had so much fun having adults play this game. And so it actually hasn't even made it into my students yet, just because the other thing too is, when I have students play games, the game will see a lot of different plays, and especially since I had to, buy this one and have it shipped from Germany, I'm a little hesitant, because if this one gets messed up, this one will be a little bit harder, a little bit more expensive to replace. But that I have dogs.
But there will be a solution for you. As I said, Amigo is now in America. But what do you think?
And it'll probably be much cheaper once that happens.
Pardon?
Yeah, so I'm sure it'll be much cheaper, once that happens. So I'll be happy to buy another copy.
Yeah. So I would say, let me go over the rules for just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, though.
And then we're coming back and discussing, as always, components, critics, mechanics, and so on.
While you do that, I will play a tiny violin.
Oh, let me show it for the pop. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I'll play
awesome.
Tiny violin.
I will play in the meantime, the guitar.
Really? If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat some pizza.
Okay, let's go to the rules just for a couple of seconds.
So I can dig that.
The rules are very easy and simple. You have a stack of cards. This card, they are oversized, as you can see with my hand. There are 1, 2, or 3 symbols on it, and the game is very easy. You have 36 of these tiles. They are cardboard here. Some of them looking very similar, some of them looking very different. However, all these symbols are on these cards as well. When someone is flipping over this card here, nothing really happens. Next card will be flipped over, nothing really happens. Unless someone thinks, oh, there's a second time a banana. Maybe, I don't know. Then you have to grab the tile, the banana tile, which is this one.
You have to grab the banana.
This
is a game for children, Nils.
Pardon?
I said grabbing the banana. I said this is a game for children, Nils.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do some lipstick instead of banana. Or here, let's do this one here. First time pizza, nothing happens. Second time pizza. Oh, what do you have to do? As fast as you can, grabbing pizza. However, as you can imagine, when everybody is doing that at the same time, because speed counts, then sometimes you probably pick the wrong one. And then you will figure out, oh, I got already the roller skates, and then the roller skates showing up later on. In that moment, sorry, you are out. So you play that until you flip over almost all cards. Before you play, you take 3 cards, throw it out. So not all of the components will be, but almost all of them will be shown twice. You can pick at any time a component, but when it comes after, or when this component is on the 3 cards that are out, sorry, you don't get victory points. If you have not making a mistake, you're getting victory points as many as you pick up tiles. So speed really counts. And the really interesting part on that is 2 things, in my opinion. The first one is some of them are looking very similar. I mean, this is really tough. If speed counts, these are really close together.
Yes.
Or we have some here, corn and banana. It's close. You have something that is even closer. So
we did this at the same time.
We did it? Sorry, I'm looking just at my pictures right now.
Oh,
or the X and the hammer is also very similar. And to see that on these cards is pretty tough. And when you are behind, when you have only 3 or 4 of these tiles and someone else has 8, you get it feeling a little bit pressure of taking a little bit more risk. So, and the funny part is you play that 3 times in a row.
And that's, to me,
sounds very easy, and honestly, it is easy. But the second time you're playing it, then you start thinking, oh, what's the banana? You are halfway through the deck at that point, so the deck has whatever 36 cards. So then you're thinking, oh, was it in this round or the round before? And in round 3, it's completely insane to grab the right items when it shows on the cards.
Right.
So that's basically all the rules, and the fun comes out of this. Oh, darn, I did the wrong one. Oh, gosh. When you feel it, when you pick the hammer and you know in that moment, no, it was the X. God, darn.
Well, and especially because the brilliant thing about this is, having like the speed where you're trying to grab the thing. And sometimes, there are those moments where you're looking at something and somebody else is looking at it and you're both kind of struggling. Wait, did we see it? Did we not see it? And you're like not grabbing it, but you're both kind of like inching slowly to it. You're almost, and sometimes you can even like use that to like play chicken, like, where you pretend like you're going to grab something to try to get somebody else to grab it, but you know that it didn't actually come up. I mean, you can do that, but especially because this game has played in rounds, that second time and that third time, because if you've ever been to Gen Con, you will know that it is a long, tiring, 4 or 5 days. And oh my gosh, at the end of Gen Con, I think I am just like spent. I've not had nearly enough sleep. Who knows what I've eaten, whatever. And so to play a memory game at the end of it, you're trying to remember if I saw this or not, and I don't know. And especially because, it is kind of a kid's game, like you can get absolutely slaughtered. You can lose every single round in a child's memory game. And it's really, really fun. It does work well, if you're going to play this with alcohol or something like that. The nice thing,
we cannot recommend that, right?
No. Each don't think so. No. Nines. None of that. No one does that.
I could do. We in Germany can do that, but you cannot do it. It's impossible to recommend a game playing with alcohol in the United States.
Is it?
I don't know. No, it's not. But it sounds good.
Okay. I think that's one thing we're still allowed to do here nowadays. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Do we want to talk a little bit about the components and the quality of the components? What do you think about the quality of the components?
Well, I think that the components have to be pretty durable in order to withstand this. And so this is nice, thick punch board. So this is really, really sturdy. They're printed on both sides. So that's nice too. The colors are bold. The images themselves are really clean. They don't have a lot of details to, mess up what you see. They're pretty straightforward as far as that goes. So the components are great. The cards themselves are also a really sturdy card made of really sturdy material. I mean, they're going to be hot. And so they have to be pretty durable to withstand that. It probably makes sense if you think you're going to play this a lot to sleeve these cards. It's just I think like the tarot size maybe. It might make sense to sleeve the cards or not if if that's not your thing, if you don't think you'll really need to do that. But they do because when you turn them over, you flip them. And so, they might bend a bit, but like I said, these are really sturdy.
Yeah.
And so that's why it hangs up, it does that well. So that's one nice thing about the game is, for simple components, they're really durable, which they need to be for the grabbing and then also for the flipping.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I have no complaints at all with the components. I think it's also in a box size that is good to take it with you if you wanted to travel or whatever, so you can take it into a bar. The small box size also has a small price, which is a nice plus too. So probably not.
And the insert's cute too. They printed all little shapes and stuff on the insert. So they didn't have to. It's not necessary, but it's cute. They did that. That's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I would like it if the rules were in English and German, but they're only in German. So 1 point for Germany, 0 for America. But you can, of course, get English rules online.
And I'm pretty sure they will be shortly in English too when they are coming to the US market. They will be. And I'm pretty sure I went on their new webpage. So there are, at least this is announced to be published in the United States.
How much did you pay for it there?
Here in Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check what the actual price is right now. Give me a second. That is a cool thing on being live here, so you can check it right now. If my computer would
less
work.
Cool while people wait for you to check it, so you can decide how you like it.
So Deja Vu. So it's $11.99, so $12.
Yeah, so it was like $30 for me to buy it here.
Yeah, probably.
So no, it's not bad. No, it was worth doing because it's a really fun little game.
Yeah.
And people that when I've introduced this to people, it is a really fun filler because it's different than a lot of fillers. It's not just a card game. It's so yeah, it's a fun. It's a
that has really new, innovative mechanics that you haven't seen before.
No, but I think what it does well. Having memory because memory plus speed. I mean, that's basically like Spot It, right? So we've already seen that, but having the 3 rounds and the cards with the 2 symbols on all the different cards, that to me is what makes the game really, really work well. That you're definitely playing against yourself in this game as much as you are playing against other people trying to remember, wait, did I see that? Did I not see that? I mean, I don't ever grab anything that's orange and white striped. That's because there's 3 things. But, especially...
Why not? If you're 100% sure it's a T-shirt, why not grabbing the T-shirt?
I'm never 100% sure, especially because that's the thing too. If you play this game, let's say that you play this once, right? 3 rounds. Let's say then you turn around and play it again. Oh my gosh! Which
I did a lot of times.
Yeah.
When I played it at least 2 or 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot that you're trying to remember. Like, when did I see this? When did I not see this? I mean it can be really tough, and I think that's what makes it really fun. Then why it can work so well with adults can play this with kids because it's challenging all the way around. Yes, that one's a little bit easier because of the postage stamp, but it's basically the exact same hat.
I think that's completely difficult as well. So that's making me crazy too.
Yeah. But that's what makes it fun, because if everything was so incredibly different, then you wouldn't, have any troubles with it. So
yeah. But honestly, I really enjoy and like it to play it multiple times in a row, just to see how my risk versus feeling safe balance is shifting and changing between the games. So usually I'm playing out in the first round very cautious and not taking a lot of risks, then seeing, other people's grabbing a lot of. If they are winning, in the second round, I'm risking a lot.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing everything.
And especially as the deck's fault, the deck gets smaller, there's less mathematically, chance that something could appear again, because at that point you're kind of playing the deck. Wait, is this gonna? And so sometimes you just grab things as the deck gets smaller, just in the hope that you don't see it come up again, or whatever. And so sometimes, especially as you're seeing other people that they've grabbed things. So that's what I think is so fun about this game, is it does, there are different strategies or different approaches you take to it, depending on which round you're in, what time you're in the round, how other people are doing points wise. So for a very simple little game, it's got a lot of fun decisions that you get to make.
I honestly, hands down, I'm not making math during the game and playing the game. I'm not counting the tiles, the cards, or whatever. I'm not calculating my percentage of grabbing the wrong one. I'm just doing it. That's completely intuitive. When I think I can grab it, I grab it. I very rarely grab it after I think I saw it, so 3 rounds later, which you can. It's completely allowed by the rules, but I'm usually not doing it. So either I'm spotting it and then grab it, or leave it on the table. Mm-hmm. That's my strategy, and it worked out pretty well so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think I have more wins than losses in my record for this game.
I'm pretty sure I have more losses.
I'm pretty sure you have too.
That's okay.
What do you think of? Yeah,
I overthink it. It's just my lot in life. I just overthink everything.
What do you think about the replayability?
I think it's quite good. With the cards that, it'll be different every time. It's fast enough that, it's a really great little filler game. It's a small enough box that it's easy to carry around with you to different places. And I think it's fun. I think it taps into, just that memory plus speed aspect that people like. I mean, Mark, who does not like Spot It, really likes Deja Vu, because to him there's much more interesting choices than just being the first person to see the symbol that you're looking for. And so it's definitely, it is a high level of replayability for me. I mean, when I bought it, or when I played it, I knew right then I was definitely going to get it.
Yeah, for me, I think it's even a little bit above what you said. For me, it's getting better and better every time I'm playing it, especially in a row. So when I'm playing 2 or 3 or even 4 games in a row, it's getting even better and better. So the first one is always a little bit like the icebreaker game. And the second and third, it's so much fun around the table and everybody's laughing just to grabbing the wrong one or is it really? Oh, is it really? And then you get this little stops in the game flow where people discussing, was it the pizza or was it just the banana? Oh no, oh gosh, no, it's the wrong one. So I like really these moments in the game, and that is the reason why I think the replayability is even getting higher the more you play it during one night or in one evening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only possible danger, I think, in terms of replayability is, you know, like I noticed after a while, you know, like remembering what's on different cards, you know, like 3 item, 2 items, etc. You know, so like let's say on a card that has 3 items, you know, well, it's not just that I saw this, it's also that this card came out. And so sometimes what that means is, let's say that I see the puzzle piece and then this comes out again, but then it also means that I, you know, like I will remember that the bell came out, not just because the bell came out, but because the bell came out on this particular card with the puzzle piece. This is a very small problem, I think, but it's something that, you know, once you know the deck and what's on the card and what's in conjunction, it can make it easier for you to do so, but it's a small thing. It's still fine.
That's interesting. I have never thought about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure people who have incredible good memories on things like that and playing that ridiculous number of times, they will know it, especially kids.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, that also means, well done, you. You know, you have developed your memory skills. We are proud of you. Play a different game now.
Yeah,
So
that's true. And I mean, on the other hand, it's just a 12, 13, maybe $15 game. And for $15, you get so much fun out of this box.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
that leads me directly to, for me, it's a high recommendation for Deja Vu. So if you can get your hands on Deja Vu and you like at least a little bit of memory and speed games, go and grab it. That's my opinion. Kathleen, what do you think?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, I bought it knowing I was going to have it shipped over, and it was worthwhile to get, absolutely. And everybody that we've played it with has had a lot of fun playing it, you know. So it's been really a successful game to bring out and get out. We've played this game with, I mean, non-gamers. It's a great game for non-gamers because it's got some fun choices, but you know, most people, you know, played a game like Memory or something like that as a kid, so it's not unfamiliar, you know, in terms of like mechanics and what to learn. The game is so easy and straightforward. Adults can play it with kids and get beaten by kids, which is really nice in games, because adults usually tend to have an advantage in a lot of games, and this is a game that's not a dexterity game.
Not in memory games.
Yeah. Well, I
in
mean,
memory games, usually adults have a disadvantage.
It just depends.
On the kid?
Well, I mean, it just, well, yeah, adults are worried about, like, is dinner burning while they're playing the game. Like, I get that. But I think, though, that to have a game that's not a dexterity game where parents and children can be equally matched, this is a good one.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, that was our view of Deja Vu. That was a little bit of a deja vu for us to have a table talk since the first one since months. So.
Yeah, well, and that's the one thing about this game too is, because you and I had talked a little bit here and there, messaging about we should get together and we should do another episode, and it was when I got Deja Vu, and that was when I said this is the one I want to do because it's simple enough for us to do online, but also like it was just a really great fun game that's available in Germany now, and since you're only available in Germany now, then there we go.
I am, yeah, but I'm coming in April. I'm coming flying over at least to Buffalo.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. I'm not in Buffalo.
That's true, but it will help Carlos.
Carlos is my minion and my, you know, my emissary, but not
me. Your minion, Carlos?
He might deny that, I think.
I hope he's not watching right now live. Otherwise,
if he is, he would be rolling on the floor.
I'm pretty sure yes.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. This was Deja Vu from Amigo Games, available in the United States shortly or right now. I'm not 100% sure, but you will figure out. And this was another episode of Table Talk with Kathleen Mercury and Nils.
Hello.
And Kathleen, can you say something nice to the audience, as always?
Let's see, say something nice to the audience. At this point, you're sort of skipping, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be heard or not. But say something nice to the audience. I love Germany. I miss going. I want to travel over to Europe and see it soon. So hopefully I'll be able to see my friend Nils soon too.
Yeah, you will. You will. I'm pretty sure you will shortly. So I will just join and look. No. Do you know who's online and joining us?
Who?
I cannot believe it. Jamie Steckmeyer.
Hi, Jamie. Jamie's like down the street from me. Hi, Jamie.
It's unbelievable. I'm just looking right now at the chat. I'm usually not looking at the chat because I'm distracted, man. Usually I'm having a chat boy who's watching that. But no, Jamie Steckmeyer, hi. Sorry that I cannot join you every Wednesday any longer. You know, I'm really missing that. But yeah. If you are coming to Buffalo in April, probably we can play a couple of games together.
I feel very left out right now. You're talking to like, it's fine. Jamie's cooler than me. I get it. I get it.
He's not. I talked to you 25 minutes in a row and 5 seconds.
Okay,
Jamie.
let's talk about the game. Okay, it's getting weird. Okay.
Okay, so guys, thanks for joining us and have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.